A chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Today, this is Glendora, and when all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others. I can hear you saying, that's true. I can hear you saying, that's right. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others. I got a joke for you. It was in the New York Thruway on one of those January nights, and one of those huge snowstorms came up. The wind blowing and the snow so thick, and it was between Buffalo and Rochester. And this poor man, he was on the Thruway, and he couldn't see hardly anything, and he was scared to death he was going to go into a ditch. And a car pulled in front of him, and he says, oh good, he probably knows the road. I'll follow those bright red taillights, and he'll keep me out of the ditch. Well, this went on for a long time. Just a minute, folks. Went on for a long time. And then finally the man up front stopped, and the man behind hit him, and the man behind me went to the man up front, and he says, why'd you stop so suddenly? Couldn't you have given me a signal? And the man up front said, in my own garage. Pause, honey.
Okay, here, sir. 4, 3, 2.
A woman has a car, and the name of the car is Flattery. Why? Because it won't get her anywhere. Folks, they're not going to publish a Chinese telephone book anymore. There are so many wings and so many wongs. People are winging the wrong number. A man bought a car, and it was a used car, and his friend says, well, what year is it? And the man says, I don't know. The odometer is in Roman numerals. This is April, and all my friends are scurrying around to make out their infernal revenue. Infernal revenue. But the infernal revenue was not so infernal to Glendora and her husband Franklin. The infernal revenue wrote us a letter and said, you don't have to pay taxes anymore unless your situation changes. Fade out, please, dear Valerie. Fade. No, my dear friends, my dear public access friends, we received an email from Mike Wassela, who is the president of the Alliance for Community Media, which is a name for the Public Access Trade Association in America. And he is very concerned about something I'm wondering if you are concerned about. And my friend is going to read you that email.
There is still time to sign up to join ACM in Washington, D.C. next month. We will be assembling on Capitol Hill on April 14th for Hill Day, and on April 15th, ACM will be hosting a Community Media Summit at DCTV. The work in Washington is important, even if it seems that our federal government is totally dysfunctional sometimes. The threat of federal preemption of local franchising rights for state and local government continues this legislative session, And if the provisions included in H.R. 2289 were to pass, the major funding and distribution mechanisms of community television in the U.S. would effectively end. That is a future we have to prevent, and it means telling our story and why our services are important to Congress. So join us in D.C. for one or both days. I look forward to seeing you next month.
Now will you unpause? So now, my dear friends, we have before us public access television. To be or not to be? If we don't have public access television, how will that affect you? If we lose public access television, how will that bother you? This funding of public access television, it has a long history. But it goes back to the beginning of cable TV. When cable TV went to a city, to your city, they would ask the government if they could string their wires along your right-of-way, along your streets. And the city government says, well, you can, and we will give you a franchise to do so. And then the cities ask the cable companies to provide 3% of their monthly intake to the municipality. And then the municipality asks the cable company to start up studios to produce television programs. And that's the birth of public access TV. The cities paid for these studios. They paid the rent for the building. They bought cameras. They bought microphones. They bought lighting. They bought the control room equipment. But now the cable companies aren't doing that anymore. And this bill, if it goes through, says that the cable companies don't have to do it anymore. And now, where's the funding for public access going to come from? Please, think about this. And please, if you want public access to continue, please do something about it. Over and out. Brian Papalia in Jamestown, Chautauqua County. Try again, Glendora. Chautauqua County in western New York. Brian, thank you for renewing a chat with Glendora. Chautauqua County is where Joseph Smith and the Mormon Church originated. Next.
Christian Science.
Christian Science sent me a thank you note for $50. I didn't mean to send them $50. I meant to send the $50 to the Christian Science Church in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, but one of my dear friends sent it to Boston to the Mother Church. Okay.
ACM, $50.
Who?
ACM, Alliance for Community Media, $50.
Oh, Alliance for Community Media. I sent you that $50 as a down payment for my membership. I didn't send it as a donation. Next, honey.
Omar Flores.
Omar Flores. I asked Grady Hearn to send you the programs for April and May. Omar Flores is in QPTV. Public access in the borough of Queens.
Kenny Velez, Receive Shows.
Kenny is a sweetie pie. What else?
Kimberly Brown, Black Heart.
Yeah, what is that about, Kimberly, a black heart? I need more information, please. Kimberly Brown, I need more information on Black Heart.
Okay, we already talked about ACM Hill Day.
What about it?
We already talked about that. ACM Shelby.
What did Shelby say? Is there anything more below that?
It just says ACM Shelby. Let's skip that one. American Buddhist Society.
Well, wait a second. Yes, Shelby, you were saying that you received my nomination. You received my nomination that Chet was going to do, or should receive the George Stoney Humanitarian Award. And you sent out a second application, and then one of your questions was, why are you doing this? Why are you nominating yourself for it? And I said to her, because I want to be sure I'm nominated.
Okay, American Buddhist Society.
What did they say? Do you remember?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Next.
DCTV has a user portal.
What about DCTV?
They have a user portal that you can log on.
Oh, okay. Next.
And that's the last announcement.
Well, thank you very much. Let's pause and find some more jokes for you.
2.
The patient said to the dentist, "Hey, doc, you still haven't pulled the right tooth." And the dentist says, "No, but I'm getting closer." A young man taking a test to work on the state dam, the first question was, "What does hydrodynamics mean?" And the young man wrote down, "It means I don't get the job." A man loaned a friend of his some money for a facelift. "Well, did you ever get your money back?" "Well, no. I can't find him. I don't know what he looks like." "Did you hear about the man who went blind from drinking coffee?" "No." "Really? He went blind from drinking coffee?" "Yes, he stuck the spoon in his eye." "How was work today?" the wife said to her husband. "And he said, terrible. The computer broke down and I had to think."
2.
Folks, the checks came in from heaven. Thank you, Franklin. You worked hard all of your life to earn those checks. Thank you, angel from heaven. And thank you, .com in heaven. And then Lucy, the problem was getting the checks deposited in the bank. 2 weeks ago, we sent a check for $200 to be deposited into the bank. Nobody's seen the check. So we'll have to call up Medicaid and have the check canceled and a new one issued. But Lucy very generously offered on her time, her day off, to go to the bank and take those checks down. She says, "I'll be over just as soon as I get dressed." And I says, "That's good. I don't want you to come over naked." And she got the cash, and she got the pocket money for the month, and she got the quarters for the laundry. That was Lucy. Now, Sandy didn't answer the phone, and neither did Patricia Nichols. I asked them to do it, but there's no need of that because Lucy was so kind and generous. And then what else did we want to tell you about? Blueberries. Maggie brought us blueberries. Great, big, delicious, juicy blueberries. And the temperature today, folks, is 75 degrees. And what else happened yesterday, March 30th, Monday,
April
2026?
Mother? April's mother?
Yes, I love to call for April's mother to call me back, and I love to call for April to call. They tell me, I've never seen April, but they tell me she's beautiful. Have you ever seen her?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, I have.
Is she beautiful?
Yeah, she's very pretty.
They say she has long blonde hair
Yes, she does.
and she has blue eyes
I'm not sure.
and she has a very nice figure. Is that what you hear?
Yeah.
And then what else is on that list, dear?
Aleve gas.
What, dear?
Aleve gas.
Oh, yes. Folks, did you ever have a gas leave your alimentary canal and go up into your chest? You would swear you're having a heart attack. How does that do that? How does gas get out of the alimentary canal and then cause all that pressure and tremendous pain? Well, I had some cute little gas pills. You chewed them, and they tasted very good. But I took 5 of those yesterday and did not dissipate the gas. There were 7 burps, but it hurt tremendously to move.
Candy eggs.
Okay. And then I took 2 Aleve pills this today, and the gas is gone. The pain is gone anyway. What was that other thing, dear?
Candy eggs.
Candy Easter egg, yes. What else?
Ginsburg.
Oh, the story of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Her career. Very, very interesting. Go to Alexa and ask Alexa to tell you the career of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Okay. Peanut butter and celery.
Oh, did you try that, folks? You take the celery and you grind it up in your blender. And I would use 2, 3, or 4 stalks and a couple of tablespoons of peanut butter, and you mix them all together and put them on bread. Put them on bread. Very tasty.
Okay, broke fast.
And I broke the fast for the sake of Maggie, because she likes to get up in the morning and cook my breakfast.
Okay, that's the last one.
Is that it for Happy Happenings for yesterday, March the 30th, Monday,
Yes,
2026?
it is. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, now, folks, some very interesting mail has come in to share with you. And if you have interesting mail, will you share it with me? And my helper right now is going to read you these emails. Listen to these. Listen to them, folks.
So Mike Thompson sent you an email saying, "Hello, my friend. I hope all is well with you. We appreciate your dedication to the public access TV community." Robert Lewis said, "Great work, Glendora."
He's in Buffalo. Apollo TV in Buffalo.
Okay, and then you got an email saying that your ACM membership is paid.
Ooh!
So your
Until when? November?
November.
Wee!
So your $50 will go as a donation.
Oh, good.
Okay, and then you've been getting emails from Julia Dunn.
Now, folks, let me tell you that Julia Dunn is the morning anchor on CBS News 6. She starts at 4 o'clock in the morning, I believe, doing the news, the anchor. She reads it right up until 7 o'clock a.m. that when the CBS starts its network programming. And she invited me to come back to WRG, where I did a program for 1955 to 1962. She asked me to come back and have another visit. And I would love to. But she asked me to come to Schenectady, and I had to write to her and told her that I do not leave the Happy House 3. And I suggested that she bring a photographer here, or that we do it by Zoom. And this is a letter that she wrote to us. And my helper's going to read it to you.
So we wrote back.
Oh, well, what did she write?
Oh, what she said is, I may be able to make the trek out to Nassau and film a piece. Do you like to sit outside? I could come on a nice day.
Sure. And what did Glennie write to her?
And we wrote back, Dearest Julia, yes, I can sit outside if it's a nice day. One thing we could talk about is the kaleidoscopic changes in video since 1950 in all forms of television and every other screen. Glendora has outlived 2 generations of WRGB employees. She has outlived Jack Welch and General Electric, and RCA, and NBC as we used to know it. We could talk about the advances in news reporting and broadcasting. We could talk about the teetering of public access TV. Since we started our jokes on December 12th, all of which you personally know by now, on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Instagram, and Twitter X, we have had 252,000 views. We could also offer our prognostications as to the future of employment in our respective fields. Finally, let us tell the world our thoughts on AI. Yours in truth, Glendora.
That's it for today, folks. Thank you, Helper. Grace and peace unto you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I know a very funny happening, everybody, about a benediction. My friend is a minister, and he's in the Reformed Church of America, which is very much like the Presbyterian Church. And he was in the pulpit, and he did his service, and he did his sermon, and then toward the end, he went blurry. He couldn't see straight. Things got dark, and he began to feel very, very weak. And he says to his wife, who's sitting in the choir, very near the pulpit, of course, what do I do now? And she says, do the benediction and beat it. April 1st, in the year 2026. This is April Fool's Day. I am not an April Fool. I'm a fool any day of the month. I had a joke I was going to tell you. It was about the bank robber. The bank robber said to the bank teller, "One peep out of you in your geography." And she says, "Don't you mean history?" He says, "Don't change the subject. And you cannot tell a secret when you're near a clock. Do you know? Never tell a secret to anybody if you are near a clock. Do you know why? Time will tell." A man was worried about his 4th daughter getting married. Why? Well, his first daughter married a man from Singleton, Missouri. His first daughter married a man from Singleton, New Hampshire, and they had 1 child. And then the second daughter married a man from Twin Oaks, Missouri, and they YouTubers. What happens when ducks fly upside down? They quack up. A man said he was in such terrible shape that the health club made him use the back door. Yes. And now, you know how you get email, folks? Guess what? What kind of mail does God get? An email.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you get it? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And if I'd known I was going to live this long.
Yeah, guess what the senior citizen said, folks? If I'd known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. And Glendora can say that at 97 and 11 months, honey. 97 and 11 months.
Dining room table.
Oh, a woman was boasting. Our dining room table goes back to Louis XIV. And another woman said, our dining room table goes back to J.C. Penney the 15th. Is that it for?
For jokes, yes.
Yes. Can you tell me any happy happenings?
I sure can.
Or do you want us to pause and organize them?
Nope, I have the happy happenings already.
You know, we could give the people an organized show for the first time.
The happy happenings are beets on buttered bread, roasted potatoes.
Oh, roasted potatoes. You know those little potatoes, folks?
Mm.
You roast them with salt and pepper and just put them in the oven. A little bit of olive oil. Oh, aren't they tasty?
Oh, yes.
And good for you, I think.
Yes. 60 degrees.
What was that, dear?
60 degrees.
What?
60 degrees.
Well,
It was warm outside, 60.
Oh, yes, it went up to 75. Spring is here, and I look out the window, and what do we see, Steph? What do we see?
We see flowers now.
Yes, we do. Do we see a little hyacinth?
Yes.
And we see a little daffodil?
And a little daffodil.
And a little crocus?
Yeah.
Maggie said she saw red and yellow and green.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, and wasn't green. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. No video because of no memory.
Oh, okay.
Work up to date by 4:30.
What's that mean when it comes up and it says no memory? What's that mean, that you have to put in another SD card?
Yes.
Well, does a smartphone have an SD card and a hard drive in it?
It has a hard drive in it, but not an SD card. You have to buy it separately.
How long is a hard drive? Do you know how many minutes?
No, but usually they're about, I'd say, 128 gigabytes.
Oh, okay.
So.
We buy SD cards at 512.
Yeah. Healthy BM, compost pail, Easter greetings, Maureen.
Yes, 3 or 4 Easter cards. Thank you, people. Christ the Lord is risen today. Palm Sunday.
Yes, that is good. How was your Palm Sunday?
Anything else in happy happenings?
Valerie and Glendora consummated the Unitarian speech.
The what, dear?
The Unitarian speech.
Oh, we did. We did. We're ready to video for you folks. Glendora's sermon before the Unitarian Universalist Church in Wyoming Valley, Pennsylvania, where Frank Torres, our webmaster, comes from.
Wow. 252,000 views.
Did you hear that, honey?
Wow.
We started sending our jokes out on December 12th, and we have actually today is 257,000 views.
Wow.
We're cheering up the world.
Yes. And you've got about a minute left.
Do we have any... All right, a minute left.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, tell folks what our purpose is.
Yes. So the message of the show is, when all is said and done, the only thing that truly matters is how did you treat others.
It's true, isn't it, folks? It's true. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others. Grace and peace.